So, last we let off, I know it's been a while. It's been a few things. We were. It's been a late morning for you guys. You do get. Let me turn that down a little bit there. Yeah. And after you have disposed of the bodies from the campfire from outside the cave, you went inside. You found a few traps, a few other more zombies. Took them out. Some dancing weird zombies took them out. And then you find to be walking into this place where it looked like the zombies were making themselves somewhat. But to find that there was a hooded robed man commanding these things and screaming, "Get them!" and you promptly dispose of him?
I think how that was doing the "don't hurt me" moment.
Yes. Hurt them,
And
hurt
then we
them.
heard him.
Yeah, we heard him. He said, hurt them, and you turn around and hurt him and have disposed of them. Everything has been crushed, disintegrated, or disposed of currently. You decided to take a short rest, so I will give that.
Recharged, I believe.
Yep. That'll be. I will say during this time there was probably a little bit of. There is more to this nice little cavernous thing. I wouldn't say you probably went there because that was just like too many corpses there and stuff like that. I think this would be a little bit better for a short rest. But you do see some illuminations from like candles and things like that. You see what is to be a stone counter serving for as a tool bench, which has some saws, some knives, some awls, embalming tools, and some metal bowls. Among them was also like a jug of grain alcohol, a cask of fresh water, and everything is pretty nice and pristine and clean on this table. Not like the other table back behind you where the bodies were being sewn up. The cave, or this cavern, does seem to go more toward, go a bit more towards, not really the north, the west. That would be the west. North of you currently, but west. And well, it's there.
Hey, I just managed to get James on the phone. He'll be on in just a second.
Okay. Did he fall asleep?
I don't know. He just said he'd be on in just a second.
Okay. And our friend James will join us shortly. So, you still got an hour's worth of rest? I've already added into time-wise. Oh, and for player knowledge, this is kind of something y'all probably need to know. The valley that we were in, it was reading the hexes wrong. It's not. Each hex is 10 miles, not 4 miles. So getting back will take a bit longer, which makes a better understanding of why everything seemed to be not see each other as much. And so take that into your characters, like, okay, well, that travel time should have taken longer, and all that.
Sorry about that. I became momentarily convinced we started at 5.
Shit happens, man. Shit happens. It's okay. Yeah, there we go. So, you have beat down this magic caster dude. Everything else is destroyed. You've taken a short rest, not a long rest. Can't take a long rest right now. But apply a short rest for anybody who wishes to apply for a short rest for their abilities or hit points. So you can roll hit dice if you want to.
Heard you did.
Mm-hmm. But during the short rest, you're standing near what is like a extension of a like part of the cavern that looks like been carved into a table. Table's got pristine tools on it, some embalming liquid, some like that, knife, saw, Oz, you know, but they're all clean and pristine.
Creepy shit.
It's creepy, but it's clean. It's creepily clean.
I ain't touching it.
And while north of you, but west of the entirety of the map, is the cavern closes in a bit more. Like, it doesn't have in as much. I mean, I think you could see that as a... Oh, yeah. The squares are 10-foot squares, so... Some of you will not see as far. Yeah.
Hey, now that's just racist.
Actually, it is. Oh, I need to hit unpause. That's what I need to do. There we go. So after your short...
Okay, I need to verify the address for the game because...
D&D
I've-
5th. Go on the D&D 5th hashtag. It's there. It changed when I updated the
okay,
game.
because I tried both of the ones I knew and neither one of them pulled anything up.
It seems to do that to me every time. I don't know why. Not one cat is in my room. Okay. So,
Lucky.
what do you wish to do? Oh, you found a wand, too. You haven't... Unless somebody's going to take the time during the short rest to, observe the wand or cast Identify or ritually cast Identify or something of that nature. You found a wand.
I cast Identify.
With the ability to cast
not really.
Identify.
Cast Identify as a ritual.
Okay. Magic Shield is gone from you for now, too. That would be disappear, too.
It's taking a second to load in, but I think it's letting me load.
Yep. We see you. So you ritually cast Identify. It is... You have found it is a blue magical wand of magic missiles. Where's that chapter real quick? Thank you. Nope. Yep.
Amber calmly regards everyone else in the party for a few seconds. I'm keeping this, right?
Okay.
I'm assuming none of you have designs on this wee wand of magic missile.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of perplexed because how the fuck do I use the damn thing again?
I'm
Right.
fairly certain
So-
you point the tippy end at the bad guy and you point the fat end at yourself.
Okay.
I'm not certain that's a actually qualified decision.
Thing,
Like
right.
maybe you turn it sideways. I don't know.
Not sure there is a sideways.
There's a sideways. Wait a minute.
There's a
You're
perpendicular.
confusing me.
Not sure that counts, but I think I'd better hold on to it just for safekeeping.
Did that work?
Keeping
I-
it safe. One of
I
those.
see a gray wall with a logo. I do not see a map.
Yeah, I just see a gray, translucent box.
Okay, never mind. That didn't work. You see a gray logo.
I mean, I've got the Foundry logo up in the corner, so I'm would
Yeah,
be
there's
in
a box
server.
up, but
but-
it's just hovering over everything. I can move it
Okay.
around too. There we go.
You can close it. It didn't work as well as I thought it would. Handouts are not working completely. It is a wand that has what is described as a bronze-like shaft with like ring swirls on it, and at the very tip of it looks like almost like a blue-like flame. Huh. James is not loading in for some reason.
Yeah, and like I said, I got to the login page, so I'm fairly certain I got to an active server.
Oh yeah. I'm just wondering.
I've already tried reloading the page, but it just took me back to the same kind of gray featureless space as it was
Have
before.
you Are you using Chrome, right?
Yes, I am using Chrome.
Have you updated Chrome?
I have not, and the option is available, so I'll do that.
So,
Oh dear God, Eric,
what?
I cannot adjust your background music for
Oh shit!
stop blowing me out of my speakers
Wonder why that was.
locally.
I have.
Every time you adjust this volume, it
I
kills
am
me.
not adjusting the volume. It changed. It changed songs, and it went up really fucking high for some reason. And I just turned it down to freaking.
Can you not adjust the global volume controls for playlists?
Yeah, those are like maxed. I don't know if I can change that and it'll stay that way. That's been my problem. Almost every time I make a change, it changes back within like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, what I've been seeing with that issue is that it tracks the volume setting by the individual song. So when it goes to the next song, you had a different volume set for it.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So
But
that one didn't blast me out.
right. But if you look above the currently playing under
Right.
global volume controls, you see playlists. That should turn all of the music down.
Yep.
It did. I moved it down. So hopefully, yeah.
Because I just turned it down too. I was like, oh, that is probably a little loud. Because once you mentioned it, I just threw it down myself. Currently playing, and I've been
Well,
trying to keep it.
the
Yeah.
last time I messed with global controls, it was right back to being loud 20 minutes later.
Also,
So,
don't forget,
I don't-
sometimes those controls might read off of your settings.
No, that's fine. And Nick's right. I just changed global volume and I'm getting blasted out by Dreams of Elysium. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
There you go. Let's. So Samber, let me get you your wand of magic missiles. Where is it? There it is, DBX. Okay, there we go. Wand of magic missiles. Whether you equip that or not, that is up to you. Sandbird now has range attacks again.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't use it up on its last charge and rolls a 1. It only has 7 charges, by the way.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but it's not loading me in.
That is
Like
very...
I closed Chrome and went in Task Manager and finished closing Chrome and reloaded it, and it's not letting me in. I have had some problems with my provider. Like getting to the character select screen in Lotro, but then not loading into the world.
Really?
Usually, yeah, it's been very odd.
Who's your provider?
Comcast.
Xfinity?
And it's only been here of late, but it same thing with like HBO Max, like won't load sometimes just won't load the page. Usually restarting my gateway takes care of it.
If you have to restart your gateway, restart your gateway. I understand that one. If you'll be back in a bit. I am going to try to move the game a little bit more because it's already been like 45 minutes. I'm going to guess you're going to stealth and explore unless there's danger.
Yeah, that's fine.
And did you want to roll, because you got 29 and 38 points, did you want to, for your short rest, did you want to use any hit dice?
Yes, I would like to be topped off.
That would top them off.
Okay, and right the second before I hit the button to restart, I loaded in. Fucking don't know why.
It just takes a while, that's all. The more modules that are installed, the longer it takes.
And I don't have that many modules. No, I did. Rest. I already did that part. All right, let's go.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, that's public. All right. Oh, there you go. Everybody has control of their characters now. Yay. All right. Moving forward. So, the cave expands further. It's still widened out some. I would say about 40 feet towards the north of you.
So this is just a bench, and I can't see farther than beyond my light. Is that correct?
That is correct.
The wand has 7 charges, right?
It does say it has 7 charges, yes.
Right, just checking.
There.
He didn't get to use any.
Because I'm assuming this bench breaks line of sight, so I can use stealth.
He didn't get to use any because he fucked with the wrong adventurers.
Let's see, double check and make sure it has your...
Because I'm seeing 2 paths to explore. You know, the one he came in on, which looks like stairs, and then the path to the north.
Yeah, there's that too.
And the one to the north kind of elbows off to east.
Really north, because in reality, the map is actually, yeah, I'm not gonna say it. Yes, east.
It's east to me.
It's east to you.
We're underground. I'm not a dwarf. I don't know.
Over there.
And there is, like I said, there is a door like over here. Yeah, or where he was standing originally. With up the stairwell. You would have saw that easily. You can still see it.
See, and a door implies civility, whereas the rest of cave work implies dwarves. I don't know. So I'm thinking, go check out the door. I collided with a wall?
The stairs. So it counts as a. I'm trying to remember how to freaking ping myself. Oh, okay, there he goes. Yeah. Door right here.
Okay, climbing those stairs is kind of a pain.
I'll help you out on the other end.
But I am at the top of the stairs now, so. How high up am I?
It's about 20 feet high. Well, no, yeah, about that. It's not too high, but about 20 feet high.
And when you say door, I mean, are we talking solid oak?
No, it
AS
looks
door,
like
or
it's
are we talking like
it looks like a door, but there's like you see a lever next to it.
I stabbed the mimic.
There is no mimic.
That's what the mimic wants you to believe.
Do you stab the? Do you when I mean by door? What I mean by door is it's you see like a little bitty door, and I mean little.
Was he a little bitty guy?
No, and I mean
I mean, if I see a gnome-sized door, and the guy I saw come
it doesn't
out of
fit.
it was half-orc sized,
I will stand corrected. It shows a door, but it's like a peephole.
Well, that's kinky.
So you could see into the other room, and you see what is to be 2 chests.
Wait a minute. I'm looking through a peephole and I see 2 chests.
Yeah, and you see a.
When did this get X-rated, man?
I didn't say you said a pair chest. Yes, you see a pair chest, and there's a
Much?
handle next to the peephole.
I feel bad for saying this, but I take hold of the handle.
Just don't stick anything in there you don't want
Okay.
to lose.
It feels solid.
I feel worse
Of
about
course it
saying
does.
these
He's
things.
been looking through the people at the chest.
Does when I move the handle, does anything in the room change, or is there a door open
Yes.
up, or
When you pull the handle down, you hear a slight rumble, and rocks fall onto the chest.
Wah, wah.
so basically, this is a trap for adventurers, and I just de-adventurized myself some. I hate this necromancer even more now. Where's his body? I wish to desecrate it.
It turned to ash. There's no more body. Here, I got you there.
Didn't we pulp it?
Yeah, you pulped it. It's dead. It's
Okay.
gone.
Just wanted to check.
It disappeared
Memory's okay there.
suddenly, unusually. Not just you
Yeah,
pulped
don't
it.
hurt me, don't hurt me, squish.
It went squish, but it didn't. But it was like, it wasn't a squish. It was like like dust, black dust, just going whoosh, all over the place. It was
Einen, you're good with a pickaxe, right?
I don't own one, but I'm sure if it's a strength thing, yeah, we could do that.
Oh, hold on. What's your observation? Okay, yeah. You have enough
An observation
perception. Yes.
stat?
No, his perception. Yeah, you saw that the rocks crushed those chests.
Crush
Nothing.
them? So they weren't even real chests?
They were
You
chests.
get to
They
try.
just
Fuck this necromancer.
the chests got while the chests were there, the rocks fell. You saw the rocks fall onto them, and shattering the chests, and nothing inside came out. There was nothing inside.
That's a whole level of wrong we didn't want to know about.
I feel very stabby at the moment. I'm just saying. Okay, well, I guess, I mean, if nothing else, we need to way out of here. So let's go explore up around this corner.
There's a cavern starts to enclose a bit and starts coming to a smaller area.
I mean, from this angle, I should still be in line of sight for those who can see this far. So.
Yep. Samber and Sorsha's. You're starting to be at the edge of Sorsha's sight, but Samber still sees you. Einen, doesn't she sit past 20 feet from him?
Lucky me.
I mean, I'm going to motion for them to move forward because I don't see anything yet. But I don't want to go so far ahead that when I do see something, I have to run back and tell them, oh God, oh God, oh God, we're all going to die.
I'll put y'all there. Okay, I guess.
And I'm kind of sticking to the cave walls, you know, trying to maintain some stealth.
Yep. You see what is to be a rock in the center, splitting up the pathway into two. But they don't look like they diverge far from each other.
I will sneak up on the rock.
Never thought you'd say those words. Don't worry, I see what you see. So you currently do not barely see Samber in your line of sight.
Take the northern route.
Einen, go ahead and move where you're going to move. Or you think you should want to?
I'm just gonna slink.
Do I see light in front of me?
You see yes, you see some light peeking out through somewhere.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna block this intersection for a minute.
I don't know what the hen signal is for let there be light, but we got some shit in front of us.
So, unequivocally, unnoticed to Brady, he starts giving you hand gestures that you do not recognize because he starts speaking in thieves' cant. Be like, that would probably be your go-to first.
I'll go over to Samber. What?
Samber's probably doing the same thing.
Eloquently. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
they
can I
can't see
push
you.
them off?
They can't see you. You can see them, but they can't see you.
Oh, I can't see him at all, so
Yeah.
it's all good. Oh, well, I can block up here just as easy. It won't let me through there. Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Which side did he go on?
So wait.
Ah.
Sneak up on Einen and be like, "There's light ahead of us."
Like that. What the hell, man?
God, I love how
Would
he
Sorcerer really hang back this far, considering anything at any time?
I can see her.
Yeah.
Hey, look, if I can see her, a light
came
hammer
from
can
in
fly
there.
past.
By the way,
And we know
guys,
it's clear.
each square is 10 feet, not 5.
Each little square, each big square.
It should tell you if you
The
got that.
little squares are 5 feet.
Yeah, the squares you're moving into currently is 5, but every big
Yes.
square is.
Okay,
Stand.
so there's light ahead. What do you want me to do about it? Should I go attempt to turn it off? Should I find out if we indeed need a meat shield up there?
Well, no, I
Or
was just
should
coming
I
back to
just
let you know
kinda
that
toss
things are
you
going
that
to
way?
get like significantly more comfortable for you. I mean, you could put your
Oh,
arm
boy.
down and not have to carry the damn torch. I figure your shoulder's hurting by now.
Kind of can handle that.
He just has it propped on his shoulder, you know.
Yeah, really. I know I'm gonna bink. So where did you see the light? Got 2 paths here.
You still can't see it?
No.
No.
No, I'm saying that with some like, dude, really, you still can't see? What the fuck?
No night vision. Thank God the light's purple, or I'd be blind half the time. Now I can't see you. Where'd you go? Loudly.
I'm right here. Right? Like I'm
Oh,
waving
yeah,
my
wait.
hand at you.
I know at this point in time,
Oh,
you would
yeah,
be
wait.
able to see some of the light coming from this. That looks like a glow coming from over here.
Now I can see you. Oh, from over in that area?
Yeah, you would be able to see that. I can see what you see.
Is it flickering? Is it not flickering?
It's glowing, not flickering as fire.
Okay, that's a solid answer. So at this point, nope, James. I'm actually going to put my hand forward and grab him by the shoulder and say, wait, my job. And I'm going to land here first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stop right here. If it'll let me. Fucking.
Yeah. Right about there.
Yes, perfect. That's right where I wanted to stop.
You see what is to be an oval kind of cavern opening up, about 40 feet wide and 60 foot long. You see what is to be dark purple tapestries hanging along the walls. And at the center, you see what is a pedestal where this light is coming from. You see severed arms arranged to clutch one another in a cone. Cradled in the utmost of the hand is a glowing crystal sphere. A dark sigil with an eyeless slit floats above this sphere.
Okay, I'm going to take
Dual arms?
2 squares forward and stop.
No.
And wait for everybody to catch up. Because I ain't got knowledge, religion, or shit into that.
It's like
So
severed stone
I'm waiting
arms.
for the mage to catch up. You tell me what I'm doing now.
Yeah, those of you who have Arcana may want to start checking it. Or religion, whichever. I am neither Arcanographic nor religious.
You have not seen this thing before. I am waiting for something. Anybody else coming in the room or like that?
Nope.
She can't see it
No,
yet.
nobody's
She
going-
can't see it
actually,
yet.
I would be happy to re-roll those.
Right
once we get
there.
it.
I'm
No,
stopping.
no, not you, Einen. I'm asking for Saoirse. She can't see it really yet. Not well.
Like I said, this is where I stand.
Okay.
Hammer out, ready to go. Something moves weird, it's gonna find my hammer to face.
So,
Okay.
now, do we roll them or what?
Hold on. I have something better. Kelly,
Define better.
Yeah.
listening.
you gaze upon this pedestal. That eye looks familiar. That eye pokes to you. That was the eye you saw in center of all those flashes in your dream.
He says, "Kill it." I'm moving forward and smashing whatever the hell that is.
Nuke it from orbit.
She just said, "Nuke it from afar."
Nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sir.
Sounds fairly unequivocal, lads.
So did she cast
No,
radiant? Did she cast what? Radiant.
But she said, "Kill it." I got this.
Don't try to roll the wand of magic missile.
Son of a bitch! I'm out of spell slots for that. Never mind. Well, I was gonna cast Shatter, but
I mean, she could just cast fucking what is it? Sacred Flame upon it.
true.
Sorsha gazes upon that. She kind of grasps her head for a moment, and she has like an angry look. She just reaches out her hand, and her go-to spell of Sacred Flame just comes crashing upon this thing. The stone and everything that this thing is made out of starts flickering like that, and it just kind of crumbles in itself, and is there no longer, and the image is gone. Hold on a sec. And the whole area goes dark.
Including the light that Einen's carrying, or
No, just
alright.
that area. That's that pedestal. Now the pedestal is kind of a heap.
Pile of rubble.
Yeah.
If we search the room, do we find anything?
That is a very good question. Hold on. Why don't you? There he goes.
Given that the fucking necromancer already, God, if he weren't dead, I'd be killing him.
Yeah, see, when he died, he turned into a black flame. The flame dwindles to nothing, and plaintive wail and vanishes. As you search the area, behind one of the drapes, you find what is to be a niche. Several niches, in fact. One has what is to be a globe that is slightly dim in light, but not much. Another one, you find some food and drink normally for persons. A few supplies, some clothes, and some bedding. As well as 165... Here we go. I'll just put this in chat. Copy. As well as 165 silver pieces with 78 gold and 4 polished jet gems, about 50 gold each.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, they're bad people, but they leave decent treasure.
And
Wow.
Give me-
You said there's a globe that's actively glowing.
no, dim. It
I mean-
it looks like a blue sphere, a blue small sphere of glass, weighs about a pound. Go ahead and give me another Arcana check, Nick. That's enough.
Oh my god!
Don't worry. You've seen these things before. That's okay.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get a 17 there for a second.
Yeah. You've seen these things before. They're known as drift globes. They emanate light. You don't know the command word, but you've seen them before.
That's the thing they do, though. They show light.
They hover and show light.
But
As
importantly, they hover, so you don't have to.
a
hold
small
them.
sphere of thick glass weighing about a pound. If you're within 60 feet of it, you can speak a command word and cause it to eliminate light or daylight spell. Once you use the daylight spell effect, it can't be used again until dawn. You can speak another command word as an action to make illuminate globe rise in the air and float no more than 5 feet off the ground. The globe hovers this way until you or another creature grasps it. If you move more than 60 feet from the hovering globe, it follows you until it is within 60 feet of you. It takes the shortest route to do so. If prevented from moving, the globe sinks gently to the ground and becomes inactive, and the light winks out.
So it doesn't follow you unless you get more than 60 feet from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was the range on the light?
Per the
Daylight
daylight,
spell.
light or daylight spell.
So 20 foot bright, 20 foot dim, if I remember the light spell correctly.
Yeah. Hold on. Not that. Items. Not wands anymore. I need drift globe.
Hey, look, Einen loot.
In a theory, it is. You can turn around and sell it if you want to, man.
A thing that gives light that doesn't require you to use your hands. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's actually almost perfect for my loot. So, and I add that to my inventory. I'll let Eric do it.
According to the light
There it
spell, it's 20-foot radius dim.
So just 20 dim?
Sorry.
Alright.
Sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light in an additional 20 feet.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Hey, Eric, are
Which-
there any runes or anything on this? Any symbology, anything like that?
The tapestries, while faded, do have some markings, weird markings on them.
I meant on the globe.
On the globe?
Yeah.
It was a magic item so humans can see in the dark.
I
Well,
get
yeah, but
that.
is the activation word like etched
Oh!
on the surface or?
Uh,
I can find it out with identify.
Okay.
It's gonna take a few
We'll
minutes.
Nah, we can wait, man. Look, I just hold up the mall. I can wait as it glows.
yeah.
Alright, well then if we have time I'll ritually cast identify on it and get him the command words.
Okay. You now know the command word. I'll make up some bullshit later. I mean, you'll be able to use it, so don't worry.
Phobos.
Huh? Probably Phobos or something.
Lumos.
Yeah, luminous.
Yeah, Lumos.
What's the command word? Nothing but consonants and apostrophes. Your,
In
your
Polish?
throat gets sore every time you say it.
Oh, it is in Polish. Okay.
I need Sorcerer to give me a religion check now. And you can go ahead and do an Arcana check. Because again. Because the tapestries were kind of marked out. Somebody's been looking at them. 15. All right. Let's see. Roll with advantage. Sorry. There you go. She gets advantage because she's experienced something. Even though Einen's looking at the tapestry some more, and Sorsha's kind of going, "What is he doing?" Looks over his shoulder a little bit, and each one of these tapestries start to look familiar. You start to see the crest and images from your dreams. Sorsha.
I will
She's
return
listening.
momentarily.
She's just not very close to the talkie button.
Yeah. Einen, you have no clue what it is. It looks like dark purple tapestries with weird symbols etched into it. Or stitched into it.
All right, so we recognize, or she, I guess, recognizes these are symbols from the dream. Any more information than that?
Well, she recognizes one plainly as the one she's seen before. Now she's starting to see the others that are different. And I guess
Well, in that case,
I can
go
give
ahead.
you a better description of them.
Yeah, I mean, my basic question is burn them or sell them.
It's probably not something you want to sell. Unless it's to the
so
right.
burn them. I'm okay with that answer.
And burning things in a cave is usually a bad thing sometimes. So. So, the one she recognizes most is the triangle with the line halfway through the center. I don't know if I can hand this one out or not. Will it let me do this again? Hold on. Show players. Yeah. That one show up?
Oh yeah, handout 4.
Yeah, handout 4.
Good. So that's one of them that's notable. That's
Like a
the one
weird
y'all see.
Triangular cat eye.
Yeah, that's the one that Sorcerer really recognizes. That's the one and now that you guys kind of see it, you go, hey, I saw that symbol on there. Yeah, you recognize that symbol too of the guys who were not moving.
Yeah, the earth armored guys.
Mm-hmm. And then you see one that has something like this on it. Not sure what we'll make out of that one.
I feel as if it has something to do with mutants.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
Then you see one that looks like this. You haven't seen this one at all.
It's a cauldron. Burn the witch.
And the witch.
And
She had
then
a different response. It looks like a dreidel. Oh, that one looks even more like a dreidel to me.
and then you see the final one. And as you are going through these, you see that there are 5 drapes in total. And then there's one that seems to be a little bit more faded more than anything else. And I'll go ahead and give this one to you guys in a way, just for fun and games.
Oh, it's delightful. Is it in color?
No, I would say no, really, but because it's faded. It's very, very faded. I'll put it that way. I don't have
Yeah,
one that's faded.
Earth, air, fire, water, and fuck you.
Yep.
I don't mean to be ist, but can't you magic people not do powerful bad juju? Why is it always got to be bad? Can it every once in a while can it be like a swarm of bunnies?
What exactly would you describe our lovely Sorsha as, then, if not, the answer to this?
Just very frustrating from a, kind of like normal person's perspective to be like, oh look, yet again, the gods are at war with each other. Couldn't they all just go get a damn beer?
If there weren't a conflict between them, then how would we get paid? I mean, I don't really need it, but
You strike a solid point, I will admit. Oh God, let's get out of here.
I wholeheartedly agree.
And I'm going to assume everybody takes the same way out as they came in.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to
Samber
assume
is
that's the
going
only way we can go.
to note down all of those images.
Whoa.
I'm pulling everybody. Sorry.
Sorry.
I thought I was pulling everybody. I think we lost connection with their people. I see you.
I got a 98% on the load, but it's fine.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
same thing here.
I see James. What the hell is not... I'll have to figure that out later.
Oh, nope. Desert Valley map just loaded.
Yep.
I do not see us on it, though.
Not true. Is it rolling now?
You should... Yeah, you're the dice. Right here. Hold on.
Okay, there we are.
That ping thing is a great thing. Not a module. Part of the friggin' system.
Which it should have been all along. But
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of modules that are becoming part of the system. Like Vision is one of them that's being worked on.
Yeah, I have to
Where we going
update
next?
mine.
Right here, Dave.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Eric, I know right where we're at, man.
Yeah.
I'm asking the question. Where are we going next?
Well,
Well,
Into
and
the
I
party
think we were
members.
headed from Red Larch down to Amphale. Because all of this side business, this side trip, was just on our way back to,
Wait.
the inn. Or
We
our
went
inn.
in there, smashed the necromancer and his bitches. We didn't get much to show for it other than this little ball.
A fair bit.
I mean, we could go back to Red Larch and be like, we're heroes, give us shit.
well,
But-
Nick, there was
Screw them.
Sambert. There was a lady. The innkeeper did say she'd pay y'all's quaintly if you checked everything out at Lance Rock. And you just took care of the quote unquote. You took care of the bandits that were there.
Yeah, that's actually why we went in there, was to deal with the bandits that were controlling the southern approach to Red Larch.
Oh,
So
okay.
let's go claim the bounty for the bandits.
Hell yeah.
Hey lads,
And tell them they were very poor bandits. They left nothing behind, and we are saddened by the state of your banditry.
Could we just need to talk about what they did or didn't they have? Let's just don't bring it up at all.
All right. Somebody
Easy.
give me a D20 roll.
I'll do it.
Okay.
You're fine. Everything's great.
You're a liar, sir.
You're a
No!
bastard.
No, I'm not lying whatsoever. Everything is actually great. Low on this roll is a good thing. High is bad. And depending on how you feel.
I think a bit more- oh, wait.
Let's see. 20 miles will put you around afternoon, evening time. So yes, another roll. Okay, nothing happened. Everything's good and fine. So you head back to Red Larch. It is getting evening because you went 20 miles and you can only do 24 miles in a day. So And I will put us in the nice, happy booking. Where are you? There you are, red lock. Activate.
Okay. They changed the way the sheets.
And I'm going to move you guys, okay? Because you're coming up the road. There we go.
Wow, that was just
Weird.
murderously quick. Yep.
You are. Oh, yeah. This is where you guys are. Tink, 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 tink.
Look, I'm not doing any of the talking. That's on Samber.
Yeah. So where you
Only
going?
talk when there's confused people to confuse.
So there's a store to your right. Looks like it's a place of sundries, wares, and other nifty things that, you could sell anything you have off. Yeah, it's aside from the Bill Willard or Buford of doors, barrels, for old furniture, tools leaning against the outside walls. The building looks almost like a private home, with a small faded sign in the front door that reads, Valvor Sundries.
Brady, how many bolts do you have left?
48. I mean, I should be good for a cross my fingers, cross both
No,
fingers, and
don't
then
say
cross
it.
them.
No, say it.
I should be good for a bit.
Like 5 minutes or so. So I'm thinking you probably want to buy another set and then give them to me and I'll hold them for you.
Oh well, yeah. If you want to hold them,
So I know your dainty form can't carry much.
And on your left...
I thank you for
wait.
that unintended compliment, you prick.
Teetering on your left into this larger house. It looks like it's somewhat of a warehouse like that, with... You could smell what is a slight stench of oils and leather and vats of chemicals. You could see racks of stretched hides.
Yeah, a tannery.
Yeah. Is that what this orange house is right here?
Yep.
Right. Wait, we've
say-
been here
I
before,
would say
haven't
we
we?
found. Yeah, because we're coming back to here.
Isn't this the chicken place?
Nope. That's further
Okay.
north.
Yeah, that's
I just want to say
kinda-
you're coming into the sound now that you kind of rushed out, but yeah. Well,
But yeah, we just need to find the innkeeper that was promising us gold for checking stuff out, which I think was past the crossroad.
yeah. And then Halbrand, Halberg, who sent you out and do that bounty thing for those rogues too.
Now he was at the chicken joint.
Okay.
Or near the chicken
Which-
joint. Yeah.
I think is right, the southwest corner of the T junction.
No? Do you stop by the sundry place or...
No need.
Okay.
I
No
checked
need.
my bag. I forgot
Eric,
I had
did you
21
add a
bolts.
water effect to the map?
Not that I'm a... Oh, this? No, that
Yeah.
came with it.
That's just nifty, by the way. Just is.
Yeah,
Map making
That was
has
an up...
gotten really solid.
Yeah, there was an update that people gave to it, and it's like... Yeah.
Samber, do we want to divide and conquer here? Or do we want to go as a group? To whoever.
To your left, you see what is to be a wooden building growing haphazardly for many years, shooting out every single story's wings, annexes, and it seems to be untidy in all directions. It seems to be some barn and attic, exposed beams here and there, but it seems to hold This is where the chicken coops are. This is the chicken coops area. The other one was the other one, which is the actual cooking of the part. This is where they are being, you can hear chickens in the background.
So this is the house everyone avoids around noon and
Morning.
on.
Small road leading to the east. You see what is to be several storage buildings, and of course you see these nice farmhouses over here. You see what is to be this small house, but you see like bricks and stones. Plain square building, but it's coated in this gray-white shroud of rock dust. It looks like it's a business of sort, not sure. But do you see samples of raw, uncut stone?
Just asking any passerby that we run into, hey, you seen the sheriff? This time it's not my fault.
Let's see. Let me see. Would there be like So you see somebody walking about and looks at you and goes, you the adventurous. Yeah, he's still at the office. I'm cruising the streets, making sure everybody's good. To the right of you at this point in time, you see what is to be a shop still having, actually at this point in time kind of bringing in things, but you see like a suit of armor, a suit of leather armor, few swords through the windows and things like that. And this would be your location. Y'all splitting or y'all?
I mean, there's about to be money involved. I see no reason to split them.
I'm just following Brady.
So, well, Samber's the one that got the little deal with the innkeeper.
Well, yeah, but if he sees, there's 4 of us, he won't try and pay us a reward that's 2 people worthy.
Well, was it the innkeeper that asked about the bandits?
No, she asked about something mysterious and going on at the Lance Rock, though. The bandits were set by Halbrook, which was your original quest, side stop quest.
Is there any chance we can talk to that guy tonight, or is it too late?
There's a chance. It's only like 5:30 towards the evening.
All right, well, let's go talk to a lot about bandit then, shall we?
And we
Let's
can
see.
tell them we were deeply, very heroic, and they should sing songs and throw money at us.
I didn't add those quests into your little thing. Okay. So, going to talk to Halbrook, Deputy Halbrook first.
Sure.
As you enter the, I guess, location, actually, you don't make it all the way there before you say, actually, you make it right about here. And you hear somebody say, "Hey, I'm in here." Because he recognizes something like that. And you see Halbrook in what is a white, not really, like a tannish apron covered in not like dried blood and chopping up meat. Ah. Back within the end day. What's everything? What happened? What's going on?
They died. We found out your
Wait to see if
bandit
anybody
problem.
else is gonna say anything.
Einen?
Talk to the cops. I ain't no stoolie.
We took care of your bandit problem.
You present the brown sashes.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Meet me in my office. Let me get cleaned up here, and I'll help you. I'll tell you everything you need. I'll get everything you need.
Right.
I
You
can
see him-
We haven't really talked before. I'm very needy.
So, yeah, as you're walking away, you hear him lift up this half slab of meat, slap it on a hook, go behind him like that, and I guess wash his hand in a basin and something like that, and comes walking over, kind of
I'm
behind,
always surprised more butchers aren't vegan.
or more deputies or sheriffs.
Well, it's not really his job as a police officer that I'm like, that would put you off of, meat. It's doing the job of butchery for 8 hours a day. I would think you'd want a nice salad at that point.
So he comes kind of walking behind you. So, for the job, as promised, he reaches, he goes like back behind the thing. You hear a click, click. Tink, 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 tink. Shh.
I memorized the sound of the safe being open.
Slaps down. Nice chunk of bag of gold like that. 100 gold. And oh yeah. Pulls out a piece of paper and says, "This came in the afternoon after I sent that missive. Came pretty quick. Says here, nothing was mentioned about banditry like that. But for the proof of this, here you go. Rolls it up, puts it back in, and hands it to you.
Accepted from him.
You unroll it and see what it is.
Sure.
It says it basically it comes from it says from the town of Waterdeep, thanks you for your services. This is a writ for the recover at Waterdeep, 5 platinum.
Okay. You got some kind of waterproof, explosion-proof scroll case to put that in, right?
Doesn't come with that, right? I don't got that kind of stuff around here, man.
No, I was asking Samber. I mean,
I got it. Don't you worry about that.
And you see at the bottom it's signed by like Lord Palantin, and then you see the constable sign it. It's signing, and then you see Harbuck's signature. So it's been signed off that it has been received. All right. Well, not much else seems to be going on around here, it seems.
yeah, I mean, it's good doing business with you, and you have a lovely rest of your life. I'm certain we shall never see each other again.
What are you talking about? We're staying, Tyne.
It's like, unless you're traveling at night, I'll see you later, possibly. Night shift's about to send up. I got a few more duties like that. Deputies are out. Everything's good. Doesn't seem like too much murmuring going on. Or mayhem. So don't cause any. As he points to Brady.
I don't know what. Why is everybody? Look at this beefcake right here. Why is everybody pointing at me?
I just beat shit up.
Because
I am not the
my experience, the talky ones are the ones I have to worry about.
I am not the member of this group who is best designed to turn a bar into tenders.
Oh, I know the big man
love
can.
and respect for bars.
I know the big man can, but I have a feeling he don't want that on his head.
Speaking of which, we have money. Let's go find an inn.
That sounds good to me.
Thank you kindly, and guess we're out.
Certainly, he's a very nice man. Just he's also the local police, and he makes me nervous.
Does
You
it
can't.
bother you when the local constabulary is that good with knives, then, Brady?
I must admit, it causes me a bit of consternation.
So, do you go to the tavern or do you go to the inn?
The inn
I think that
had.
depends entirely on how gross we currently are.
Let's see.
Were in close contact with undead.
Let's go to the place that we're in. We can bathe then.
Okay. Come walking in. Calicia. Welcome to the Singing Sword. Hi. Welcome back.
Is it Samber definitely knows this. Is it there's tubs in the rooms, or is there somewhere specific that we need to go to bathe, or how does it work?
I'm just gonna say it's gonna have like a small bathhouse connected. Looks like it would have. Yeah, it could have a small bathhouse in the back corner. So yeah, wouldn't put tubs in anybody's room. It'd be too like that. They have working water somewhat, but
right.
We would love to regale you with how exactly our day has been, but I imagine that you can smell at least half of it from here. So we're going to go avail ourselves of your friendly wee bathhouse back there, and once we're presentable again, we'll come and give you the other half of the story.
Henry, help them to the bathhouse, please. I see gentleman walk up to goes, right here, sirs. And ma'am, this one's for you, and has like a reddish, curtain over it, and another one has a bluish curtain over it. Gentlemen.
Follow.
Yeah, I mean,
we need to bathe.
Cleanliness is next to needs at this point.
Yeah. Basic bathhouse has places to soak, places like basins to wash yourself in. Take off your armor. There's a place to put your armor off and put it down, and so forth. But
once I get freshened up, I will go back downstairs and avail myself of the finest local brew and beer, no matter how unfine it may be.
Are you still in full dress? Are you still like full armor and weapons and?
Do they have someone that they can clean armor?
You have someone that can clean armor.
Yeah, but he's in the bath. Like,
You could take your clothes back to your room, but no, they don't have anybody that cleans armor. Not unless you not in the local armory.
I guess I will change over into meeting people clothes instead of stabbing people clothes.
Yep.
And yeah, go start the process of, relaxation and dinner.
Look at
Wait
that.
for everybody else to show up.
Hits 5:50, just dark enough, and the lights come on. Yeah, you see people lighting up candles and things of that nature. So, okay. Ian, what do? You wash up?
Wash up, get cleaned up, clean my armor up, clean my weapon up, and go from there.
You gonna go to your room and clean your armor, or are you gonna just try to do it in the bathhouse?
Yeah, I'm wearing splint mail. It's not like it's gonna rust when I get done oiling it.
Well, it is a humid environment.
It'll be dry. That's part of my job, man.
Okay. You come out spreaky clean. It'll take the probably longest. Samber, I know your armor's magical,
Yeah,
but
I
still.
gotta wait for my hair to dry.
I gotta wait for my armor to dry.
No. When somebody asks what took me so long, I'm gonna say, just waiting for my hair to dry.
My guess is Sorcer's gonna take the longest because she wants to soak in the bath.
Absolutely.
Okay, Samber.
Samber is perfectly capable of cleaning himself and his armor at the same time in the bathhouse. So he
Okay.
does that.
So them two are gonna.
Because he considers his armor the same as his formal garb. So by the time he's done getting clean, the armor is spotless, and then he goes back out and finds Brady.
Okay. So 15 minutes go by. Brady is done. Another 15 minutes go by. You guys are pretty much done bathing and working on your armor. Sorsha, I don't think
Yeah.
you would. I don't think she was in melee combat with anything, was she? No.
No.
So she doesn't have much gore on her. She doesn't have to worry about the armor as much. But how long does she want to take per anything, or anybody else want to take? I know Einan probably wipe himself down and give himself a nice squeaky clean, and then.
I mean, I'm not planning on spending all night doing it, but yeah.
Oh no,
getting
you
appropriate for,
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
company
I would say I would give the guys 15, 20 minutes to clean themselves, and then be working on the armor. I was wondering what Sorcerer want to do. She just want to take a quick bath, or she wants to take a long bath? Nick, what was the answer to that? That's great. I'll just say long bath.
I mean, if we're going for specifics, can we get an over under? Like, I'm taking like 37.5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to take longer. Do you want Brady? Do you want to take longer?
No.
Okay. So Sorcerer and Brady are like the first ones to come out. Brady first, because, and he folds up his stuff and puts it in his room so it doesn't smell as bad. And then Sorcerer comes out later, and eventually Einan and Samber come out. Let me put it this way. Okay. Sorcerer's coming out. Okay. So, Brady.
Yep.
There's this gentleman who walks in with a strange looking book. And he's been trying to read it. I mean, you've been there for a little while, is what I'm saying. Sorsha is coming out at this point in time. You see Sorsha, but you see the guy, he looks complexed about trying to read this book. It's like he can't read it.
Is it upside down?
No. I'm trying to see what you know as languages. You tried to look at the glimpse.
Is his back to a wall? Can I walk behind him and get a glimpse of it?
No, his back's not to a wall. Yeah, you could. You try to look at it too, and it's in kind of runic language. You can't make heads or tails of it either.
Well, I mean, I am not not necessarily a classically learned man.
And okay, the gentleman looks like he might be from the area. He's a short man. I would say he's very short for a human. A little, you could tell he's done his fair share of work. Looks to be mostly in plain clothing, and he's eating and trying to read this book at the same time and complex about it.
Yeah, I'll as I walk by him, I'll be like, "Man, what language is that? It looks almost like Umber Hulk, except they don't talk."
And he kind of a little bit taken back and shuts the book a little bit, and it's like, trying to find that out myself. Excuse me. And you are who, sir?
No, who's a different guy? It usually wears a long scarf. No, my name's Brady. Who might you be, sir?
Velinor. I own a shop in town. Velinor Sundries.
Oh yeah, on the south side. We passed through it on the way up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw the sign. Good advertising.
Thank you.
So is that one of your your sundries?
He seems a little still kind of taken back. Give me a persuasion check, because you are trying to talk him up. And nice roll. Kinda. This guy kind of.
Let me guess. Some group of adventurers came in and they're like, "This is the greatest thing ever," and then they sold it to you and they ran the hell off, and now it doesn't really make much sense, does it? I've had some dealings with it.
He kind of gives this eyebrow look and kind of slight confusion. No. It was more. It's more that a strange book, some passing merchant a few days ago, well, buddy came through and sold me that, and I was told that it had some genealogical history, possibly. I just never seen this writing.
Genealogical?
Yeah.
Like, who?
I don't
mean,
understand this
that their
language.
symbol right there looked like, I don't know, like a tree, so I can imagine that. But
Uh,
yeah, I don't.
while it's closed, you can't really see it, but it like I said, you saw a little bit. It was kind of illuminating a little bit, by the way.
I can tell you this for free. It ain't in Elvish. It ain't nearly flowing enough, and it ain't in Halfling because I don't recognize any ingredients. And well, there's another thing it ain't, but we ain't really getting into it.
Sorsha, you come walking out, and are you still fully? Are you going to be fully armored dressed, or are you going to be like in plain clothing, or what?
Are we going anywhere special, or are we in the inn for the night?
Right now, you're in the inn. You're in for the inn at the time at night.
He says, then regular clothes.
Okay. It's kind of getting to that late point, so yeah. You see Brady talking to somebody, and you see that they're holding a book, and you can actually read what says on the spine of the book. Let me go to that. Where is it again? There it is.
If the title of the book is "All Mortals Must Die," then I'm going to be upset.
How to serve human.
Mm-mm. It's
Now that'd be in Halfling. I'd recognize ingredients.
True.
It reads in like a runish language, you understand. Dwarf clans of Maribar.
You need to let me know when I get down there.
I'm doing them in kind of order, so I'll pause the time because it's time leaps. I don't want to go too fast on this because you guys come out like 10 to 15 minutes later. So you see, Sorsha, you see Brady talking to somebody in the, I guess, bar part of the innkeep, or at a table that's trying to enjoy his meal, kind of sheepishly, kind of staying not too close to Brady, but kind of a little bit guarded, trying to read what looked like he was reading a book, and you can make out the title on the spine saying Dwarf Clans of Maribar in Dwarvish.
Back in a sec. I'm gonna go fill drink.
Okay. Nick?
All right. So,
Okay. Oh, yeah.
what language is it written in Dwarvish?
Yeah.
So, okay, what are they saying about it exactly? Okay.
They can't seem to read it.
Entitled to them.
Did you get that? Did I push the button fast enough?
No.
She reads them the title of the book.
The gentleman looks at me and go, how do you know what it says? And he kind of looks at the spine for a second and looks at you in some complexion. I don't seem to know you. And who are you, ma'am?
Introduce me.
She
Okay.
introduces herself to him. Yeah.
Oh, Lady Sorsha. You can read Dwarvish?
Trust me, we're all very surprised. Okay, Sorsha's not surprised. I'm surprised. I didn't know she could read dwarf.
Can Sorcha give me a persuasion check? Because this guy's kind of a little bit on the shy side of things. So
Have you seen Sorsha?
She makes everybody nervous, man.
so yeah, okay. Just fine. Persuasion check, just fine then. He goes, well, madam, and he when he kind of more opens it up, because there's two people that are like trying to help him in a way. He opens it up and it's a Gina. You kind of flip through a little bit. It has this nice, beautifully illuminated manuscript written in Dwarvish. And it's telling you the genealogical history of the dwarves of clans of Maribar.
She says, I tell them that
Yeah.
I'm back.
And he goes, yeah, I bought it from a stranger. He said that he got it from some keelboat skipper in Wormford. I was just trying to figure like that, and you know, we are in an area that's known to have dwarves. I guess it would make sense. I want Brady and Sorsha to make me intelligence checks. Just straight intelligence rolls. Makes sense. Okay. Brady, I think you're going to get advantage because you're a little bit more traveled than most people. Oh, he said he's...
definitely is why Sorsha failed it.
Roll at advantage, yep. Okay. Still well enough that you know that you believe Marybar dwarves are not from this area. That's a little bit more towards the north.
Well, we know that. We were up near Mariabar not too long ago.
Yeah. So, what is this? This is kind of north, but what's this guy doing with the book? So, now, at this point in time, Einan and Samber are coming out pretty much the same time. And you both see Sorsha and Brady talking with this guy back and forth, looking over this scripted, beautiful book. It's now laying a little bit more flat and open, so they can kind of turn pages carefully.
Protect the spot.
What?
And hold on. Let's see.
Amber can read it.
Samber can read it.
So can I.
So both of you can read it. Y'all can see it. It's upside down at this point in time, but you recognize the script. It's in Dwarvish. It's making out the genealogy of history of dwarves from a clan called in Marybar, having connections to other areas and deadlines and things like that.
Okay.
Sorsha.
And there's confusion on their faces, yes?
Their confusion is not so much, but because his questioning starts going into how much can he possibly sell this for?
For me, I'd return it back to the dwarves. And that's exactly what I say.
Well,
I'll give you 5 gold pieces for it right now.
Oh no, I couldn't sell for that low. This is not a book. This is like a manuscript.
I get that.
Yeah.
My point is this is the attitude my character has on the subject.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a cultural artifact of heritage that shouldn't be here. That should be back north with that clan of dwarves. And I'm assuming because I'm a blacksmith with dwarven, probably worked with them a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I have somewhat of a dwarven attitude on everything. But that should go back to them. How
Well,
much
it
gold do I
was,
have myself?
yeah.
How much money I got?
Well, y'all made some money too. And he kind of holds the book back, and Okay, when you say you should tell us that, give me a persuasion check. How about that? You're trying to persuade him in a
Oh, wait a
way,
minute. I actually have that.
but you're gonna have disadvantage because you basically try to lowball him. So roll with
Yeah, that's
disadvantage.
okay. I rolled. Do I need to roll a second die, or
No,
how do
if
I
you
make it?
if you hover
Is my
over
die?
the persuasion, there's a minus, and it says click to roll with disadvantage.
I don't have that on this one.
Hover over where it says you're 18. There's a plus and a minus.
I am hovering over persuasion.
No, 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 no. On the where it gave you the results.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Minus. There you go.
So 11. He's
Yeah.
taking a little back, and he's now shut the book to everybody else. And it goes, "Excuse me, sir. I may have purchased this fair and square. I would at least like to see my money back."
How much was that?
I bought it for 50 gold. I expect to see at least back.
Well, I unfortunately am not a merchant. I'm just a guy who knows dwarves. So I'm gonna look over at Sammer and go. I, I don't know. He might get more than 50 if he takes it back to him. Then again, they may try to kill him because he's got it.
Yeah, no, don't. Just make it easy for everybody. Just communicate to the local dwarven elders that he has the book, and let them decide what they want to do about it.
Well, I didn't steal the book, and the person I bought it off of said he got it from a skipper on a keelboat, and he supposedly has more.
Water dwarves?
Is this skipper? Is he round?
I didn't
He's-
remember Red Larch having much access to the sea.
No, he's over on he's at Wormford. And he somehow
Wormfort?
WOMFORD. Wormford.
Womford.
Womford. Yeah, Womford. There you go.
Womford.
He says he supposedly has more books of this type.
Hmm.
was his name?
I want everybody to give me an intelligence check at this point in time, and tell me if you roll over 15 or.
Really?
Really. I'll give it to your
What was the check?
15 check.
Okay.
Amber's actively not really listening. He's
Yeah.
trying to figure out where the fuck worm food is.
No, Samber's nobility of not caring that much is kind of playing into effect.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, Einan and Brady. There is somebody who's been missing.
How do I know this?
Because it's been a thing going on for the last like that. Brady probably overheard a bit more than I would say Einan has. But there has been, y'all have been talked about it, that there's been a missing delegate from Maribar.
Well, I knew he kind of disappeared, but
Okay. That's a genealogy of Maribar dwarves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Do you
Oh, look,
imagine
are
it?
we this
It might
dude?
have come from that Mariabar dude.
I'm thinking, which means that he's probably dead.
Oh, I remember that. They're all about it. Not last time we were in.
Mm-hmm.
Carrying on no end. Where did you say your keelboat captain friend say he got this?
No, I didn't say that. My friend bought it off a shady keelboat skipper in Wamford. He somehow came by a few dozen similar type books. I was thinking about making a trip over there, and if I can get this one sold well enough, maybe buy the rest and sell them off.
I'm
All
sorry.
I do
I think
is
I've
grunt.
lost a bit of the thread. Did you meet the captain of the keelboat, or did your friend meet him?
My friend did. Uh, he's he's a care. He's a he travels around here and sells things like that. He's like peddler. His
So
name's George.
where is Wamford? I'm certain it's a lovely town, just not one I've actually been to.
Oh, Wamford? If you take the Karen Road to the east, it should take you there. It's kind of to east southeast. Um, right past the bridge over there, next to the River Dressana.
How many days ride would you say?
It is a travel. I'd say about almost 3 days, or at least a day and a half, or 2 days. Depends on your speed. Yeah, 3 days. As you guys are discussing this, you see what is to be a man walking in. It looks a little complexed. And let me find the right things. Okay.
I'm sorry, a little bit. What?
I'm trying to find somebody. There he is. Okay. You see a man walking in. Uh Looks well-worn clothes, carrying a crook staff, and looking for, comes to sit down in the inn to get some food before he heads out again. And he looks a little complex, and he was like, he sits next to another like local, and he goes, "Man," and he starts going on to about things. I'm not sure if you're listening in too much, but I'm just saying you see him go talk to someone.
You keep saying complex. Are you trying
Complex,
to say perplex?
complex, perplex, perplex. Yes, perplex.
Perplex.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's confused or something's bugging him.
yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
Right. So as y'all are discussing this and y'all trying to find out the book, you see this gentleman walk in and with a crook staff, looks worn, clothed, dustied up like that, looking like looking for food. Not many people are in right now. It's late, but everybody's at the other one drinking and boozing. This guy's looking for a meal.
So crook staff like a shepherd staff?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta say, pretty sure Samber isn't paying much attention to the shepherd. Confused looking shepherd wanders into not what I would call headline news.
No. So, about the book. Gentleman is Velero, which is the runs Velero Sundries. Informs you, he goes, yeah, it's southeast of here on the Cairn Road. Next to the Dresden River. Probably picked it off that river. From the corner where the shepherd is, you hear the other gentleman that he's talking to go, what? What do you mean fresh dug graves? You're fucking with me, man. No, shh.
And now you have Samber's attention. Excuse me, we'll discuss the, possibly stolen possessions of murdered diplomats in a wee bit. I'll be right back. And I turn around and walk over to that guy.
Okay.
I mean, I said every word of that. We'll discuss the possibly stolen possessions of murdered diplomats in a minute. I'll be right back.
As the, like, Valinor looks like he's like, what? Okay. So you walk over to this shepherd, right?
Yep.
He's speaking with Malnero. It looks like a gentleman who has like another kind of apron on him. Has like looks to be jeweler's tools. And he's like, "What do you mean, Green? Just shut up and eat and drink, man. You gotta be home in a few." So you're imagining things.
I must say, the only thing odder than a shepherd surprised about fresh dug graves is one who is talking about it, but doesn't want to be heard doing so. So I'm curious, if you don't mind. Sit down at their table. Where'd you see these graves?
Out in the Samber Hills. And then you see the guy look at the other gentleman look. It's like, Green Boot, seriously, dude. You've been telling this like that. They dug graves in the Samber Hills. Why don't you just dig them up? He's like, disturb the dead? Come on, man.
Yeah, now I'm looking at the guy who's like, why don't you just dig him up? I'm like, did we just kill your boss? Because I think we might have just killed your boss. Necromancer going, no.
And he goes, yeah, I get it. Don't dig up the dead. Blah, blah, blah. It's my point is that you have no proof of these graves. No one's going to follow you out in the middle of the Samber Hills. Excuse me, Somber Hills, not Samber Hills. I'm used to saying Samber all the time.
Yeah.
The Somber Hills to find fresh graves. We have legitimate business to run, and not just local herds, okay?
What exactly? Excuse us for a moment. What makes you think they're graves? What about these? Presumably, this fresh turned dirt. What about it makes you think it was a grave? And how many?
Let me see if I can find it real quick. Well, first of all, there were 4 of them, to be honest, and it looked like the earth was scraped out of holes and piled nearby. They seem to be hastily covered in stones, and you could smell the death in the air. And they're like vultures circling around. That's the reason I knew it was graves, at least. I went to go check out I saw vultures circling and seeing what it was. Make sure it wasn't like something was going to harm my flock. My sheep were nearby, and I spotted it a while back. But every time I say something to somebody, nobody fucking believes me.
So when did you see them then?
And this has been a few days ago. I've been telling people, but I've noticed that nobody's missing from Red Larch. So been asking around. And the hills, I out in those hills a lot. Mostly they're uninhabited. I mean, except for the haunted keeps. Sometimes some people, some adventurers, will take up one here or there.
We'll take up, as in move in. Is
Yeah.
that what you mean? Or
Yeah.
to a keep that's literally
Stop.
called a haunted-
It's not, they're not haunted. They're just called the haunted keeps because most of the time people move in for a while and then they leave them. That's why we call it the haunted keeps. They just come and go.
And in my experience, hunting is generally defined specifically by someone who didn't leave when they were supposed to.
Right?
That's not exactly an answer to what I just said, but were there any other marks? Was there any headstone or any inscription, anything like that?
No, just stones, lap paths like that. Look like they're dug in haste and thrown in.
No.
So
You
probably not
mentioned-
bandits, because I think the standard line for bandits is just let it rot.
Mm.
We certainly don't bury the ones we kill.
I mean, I killed them. It's generally a sign I don't like them. And grave digging is one of those jobs that nobody really appreciates. I mean,
Yeah,
think about it. 8 hours a day with a shovel in your hand. You need a chiropractor. I mean, it should come standard with medical insurance.
I'm good with that.
Well, but I'm telling you, man, that is strange. It's been there for days. The vultures trying to get what's ever underneath it, so it's been rotting. I could smell it when I went by them, but I tend to stay away just in case. Don't want things going. Rrrr. But
Is this area that you're talking about east of here?
well, it's a little bit more to the northeast. It's in the hills, the somber hills.
But it's headed towards that river that this guy needs to go to.
What guy headed what river?
Shit, did he disappear?
No, he's sitting over there. I mean, you're over there still, really.
You know, this guy. You can see me pointing, right? I'm this guy.
Yeah, I'm this guy. Okay, Samber is talking with the shepherd. You're still talking with Velinor. Unless you go over with Samber for a moment, nothing has changed. So,
No, I'll just stay over here and talk to
Velinor, trying to convince him to.
Eleanor.
Yeah.
I'm not really trying to convince him of anything. I mean, he bought the book. He wants to get his money back. There are possibly more books. He's not really putting together that, you know, a family genealogy is, generally speaking, going to be put together by families. And if you're buying it from someone who isn't a member of that family, possibly there's a family somewhere in danger. But he's a merchant. I expect a certain level of calm, cold, vile demeanor.
Spoken like a true thief.
Well, you know, down with the band and all that.
But Samber, he does explain to you, no, it's in, if you would have to take the Larch path, which is kind of leaving, east to northeast out to the hills. And it's out there on the hills. It's a good view, but I'm going to shift the focus back to Einan, Brady, and Sorsha over here.
Okay.
So he's taken back with this idea of you trying to undersell his book.
He's the one that paid 50 gold thinking it was worth it.
Seems to be worth it if somebody's wanting it.
Swindled.
This is a tome.
Well, I imagine that, you could probably get 50 gold from the family that genealogy is important to. And I imagine that if you don't feel sorrow for that, then, well, we know which god's going to claim you. But that's not really up to me. I'm not really a theologian. So I am a beerologian. Does anybody want one? I'm going to the bar.
Yeah, we're good. I'm good.
Okay.
Sure.
Does Sorsha have any words for this?
He says, what, for the theft of the book?
It's not theft. Even though it was sold it might have been sold in thievery, but it wasn't. It's not theft at this point in stage in the game.
I mean,
Semantic.
purchasing stolen property makes you an accomplice.
But talk to a
Which I
pawn
am
shop,
not there
dude.
to say,
Yeah.
But,
Okay, if you buy something from a pawn shop and found out that it's stolen later.
The cops are going
if
to
you
take
buy
it
something
from
from a pawn shop and find out later that it was stolen, it's the pawn shop's fault for selling it to you. If you buy something from some guy who says he got it from some guy, and then you find out it's stolen, you're an accomplice.
Not accomplice. Sorry, doesn't work that way. Secondhand exchange does not work. Our laws might be say that otherwise, but their law says it's like currently it's standard and fair. They can make a claim for it.
I'm not saying that he's done anything illegal. I'm saying that he's an immoral prick. There's a big difference.
That's true.
Gotta kind
He really doesn't know you guys either and says, "Oh, we will."
I'm sorry I snapped. I apologize. Not.
Right. Well, I'm talking to the shepherd. I'm not even
Yeah.
addressing that shit anymore. I
Well,
said what I came.
if you
what I
have
was
no
gonna say.
interest in it, then I'm going to go back home since I am done with my meal. And he promptly walks out with the tome.
His call.
Samber is on the.
Hold on.
Okay.
I think Sorsha might be willing to throw 50 gold at him.
Zone of truth. Did he really pay 50 gold for it?
That's important.
Insight check?
The
Insight
zone
it
of
is.
truth.
I don't think she can cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, that'd just be mean, making him tell the truth.
And she doesn't have it prepared, and it can't be cast as a ritual. As though you could sit there and say Zone of Truth for 10 minutes and then be like, all right, bitch.
As he's walking out. No. But you are still talking to him, so insight check. He is telling the truth.
How's that 27 on an insight check looking?
He is telling the truth. He paid a lump sum of money for it. 50 gold sounds about the right price for it, so. And with that insight check, you could tell the man understands the plight of it, but that's money at it. It's the thing of now he's wounded from that, so.
No, I didn't hit him. Oh,
Emotionally.
Different kind of wounded. Did you add the? Yeah, there it is at the bottom. Well, hell, we got 78 gold off that necromancer. Or we got those 4 pieces of jet. Those are worth 50 gold each. Maybe we could trade him one of those.
I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, I'm good.
Sorry, it's Dave's hero complex kicking in.
Sorsha agrees, she's gonna try and offer him a 50 gold piece worth polished jet for the book.
Well, this was unexpected. He accepts in slight surprise. Takes the stone and goes, if you're just, he goes, a part of me says you would have better luck than I would. I hope it gets right back to the right people.
But I can read it.
Me too.
Yeah. Given that pretty much everyone in this party can read it and he can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of amusing that the one person who couldn't is the one who sat down next to him. They're like, what? What language? And everybody else in the group's just like, Dwarven, God.
Dwarves are very logical. They're very culturally minded. You know what they aren't? Classically trained in card play.
That's true. All right, I'm gonna mark one of those gems out of our party treasure.
Okay. So, I think this is a good spot to stop. You have a choice to make. You can explore where this book came from, or you can explore the shallow graves.
Why can't we do both?
2 different locations.
Yeah, we can do
We
one
can-
and then the other.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but one of them is like
It means
east
which
south,
one do
and
we
the other
wanna
one's
do
east
first?
north.
I kind of need an idea where they're at on the map in relation to what you're talking about.
Yeah, he told us where they are on the map. Samber's carrying a map. He would have had him show. Had the guy show me specifically where they are.
Okay.
Well, I know where Wamford is. I figured that out. That's just south.
Mm-hmm.
And your keelboat captain is probably somewhere along that river, anyways.
Yep. And the shepherd said the Larch path is where it's located in the hills, Somber Hills, northeast. He can show you where it's at, if need be.
Which means that technically, it's probably not that far out of town.
Yeah, Somber
Take a
Hills
look.
sounds significantly faster to do.
We'll go check that out in the morning then, I think. And then we'll go
Yeah,
deal with
it's a long rest.
the book business.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a plan. Just remember that for November. I'll
It's
put-
all good, man.
I'll put that in. You don't need this one anymore. I'll just add it in. There you go.
And so are we getting 6K XP for this?
No, but you're getting XP still.
Okay, I was trying for the 6K, y'all. Sorry.
I appreciate your ambition there.
Kind of like, yeah, I know. Eric's a little stingy.
I am not too stingy. You get XP every game, no matter what happens, fight or no fight. So you're constantly going up.
Dude, I am flipping you shit, man.
I know you are. Part of me knows this. This was more of a roleplay experience, which, you know, it could have gone either way. So, I'm trying to make sure. So. I mean, seriously, level 6 is pretty powerful in a way.
Significantly stronger than level 5. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we know.
that's the power spike. I believe I got the right amount of XP. But if I think it needs to be more XP, I will add it in later too.
Okay.
But thank you guys for playing. It looks like we will.
Yeah,
be...
sorry about showing up late. Like, I don't know what happened. It's been a fucked up and weird day, and I just was convinced we started at 5 o'clock.
And it sounds like the 13th of November, we're going to try again. I think Dave said he might be on call, so he will do what he can.
Yeah, if I have to, I'll go.
Discord.
I'll Discord on my truck while I'm driving if I
Okay.
have the option.
So the 13th of November. And like I said, I like to thank you guys for coming and playing. And I really do enjoy this. I hope you guys are enjoying this I know we're
Go
going
hit
on
it.
our second year playing this almost,
Yeah.
and it sounds like
And I'm not hating it, and I'm still having fun. So,
yeah,
but it's
it's
taken us 2 years to get to level 6. That sucks.
Yep.
well, we are only what? How many times are we playing a year?
26. That's half of 52.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
actually
but
less.
We definitely aren't playing every 2
More like
weeks.
20.
Yeah, life
Well,
happens. We get this, right?
Yeah, and as we move closer to November, life will be happening a lot louder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually during
Or
that
worse.
time. And once January comes around again, I'll also be a little bit slower in some places, so we could probably pick up game here or there or whatever if we feel like it.
Also, and I don't know how this is going to work out, but my lease is up the end of December. I don't know, but I think I may be moving. So yeah, that's going to get weird because moving on New Year's Day, yeah, that's going to be solid.
Yeah. Well, James, good luck to you. Um, we'll find out as it
No,
goes.
but that's a long drive, man. Just to help somebody move.
I will see what I can help do too, man.
I appreciate that.
So everybody,
It'll be a bit of a drive, Dave. Yeah.
It'd be a long drive.
thank you guys again for coming. See you next time, November 13th. Till then.